Virgo, the universe is drawing a line in the sand. July 20th and 21st are not random. They're a cosmic checkpoint. A once-in-12 years spiritual portal is opening, and you either level up your life path or stay stuck in a repeating loop until 2031. This is your moment, not to fear, but to wake up, because 3 karmic tests are coming. And if you fail even one, your future timeline shifts off course. You'll feel the energy, you'll feel the urgency. You may already be seeing signs like 1313, 1010, or 999. Those aren't coincidences, they're cosmic alarms. The energy around you is shifting. The patterns you've been repeating, they're surfacing for a final confrontation. The people that drain you, the choices that break your soul, the guilt, the silence, the self-doubt, all of it is being exposed so you can choose, repeat or rise. Because if you pass these 3 karmic tests, you don't just shift spiritually, you unlock your next level of purpose, abundance, love, and clarity. But this window is temporary. If you wait, it closes. If you ignore, the lesson repeats. So Virgo, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we'll decode exactly what's coming, how to pass it, and how to step into the life your soul has been begging for. Your reset starts now. Let's begin. Virgo, July 20th to 21st isn't just powerful, it's cosmically fated. This window brings a double energetic event designed specifically to confront your soul's alignment. First, the black moon enters your soul sector. This is the moon's most mysterious phase, the hidden shadow. It doesn't light up the sky, because it forces you to light up within. Second, Saturn, the planet of karma, begins its final audit. This means your karmic lessons, unfinished contracts, and soul promises are now active assignments. No more delays, no more hiding. Everything you've been avoiding, everything you thought you buried, is rising to the surface, and not to destroy you, but to ask you one last time, are you ready to evolve? Because during this 48-hour reset, your entire timeline is on the line. This isn't just about energy, it's about fate, real-world shifts in career, love, purpose, and health. The people who suddenly exit, the emotional flashbacks, the dreams that feel too real, they're not accidents, they're activations, signals that your soul is being asked to make a choice, stay stuck in the comfort of dysfunction, or finally walk into your destined identity. And here's what most won't tell you. Your soul agreed to this reset before you were even born. It's a checkpoint you planned into your life map. Because deep down, Virgo, you've known it all along. You've outgrown your old timeline. The routines, the expectations, the survival habits, they don't fit you anymore. And this portal, it's not a punishment. It's your invitation to graduate from the cycle that's quietly killing your joy. The old you wants comfort. The new you craves expansion. But you can't have both. This black moon reset will test how you think under pressure, how you react to emotional triggers, and most importantly, whether you choose the lesson or the loop, because if you ignore the signs now, you'll repeat them louder for the next 6 years. That's 2031. And if you've already waited too long to make the change, this is your mercy window, a spiritual deadline with divine backing, because you've cried, you've prayed, you've journaled about the life you want. Now the universe is saying, prove you're ready, not with talk, but with karmic action. So over the next few minutes, we're diving deep into the 3 karmic tests that are coming your way between July 20th and 21st. Each one will challenge a core part of your identity. Each one will ask, are you acting from your wounds or from your wisdom? Pass these tests, and you reset your soul contract. Fail them, and you postpone your destiny. Let's start with test number 1. This one comes from your past. Virgo, your first karmic test is quiet. It doesn't shout. It whispers in your own voice, and it goes by one name: guilt. But this isn't about guilt over what you did wrong. It's deeper. It's about what you never forgave yourself for. That one mistake you replay in your head. That one conversation you never had. That version of you from years ago. You still carry them like a weight. This test isn't external. It won't come from other people. It will rise from within you. Suddenly, you'll be thinking about the past more than usual, remembering things that make your chest tighten, wishing you could go back and do it all differently. You'll feel it as déjà vu, a dream, or a conversation that stirs up old pain. But here's the trap. If you try to fix the past in your head, if you spiral into guilt, shame, or endless overthinking, the karmic loop locks in until 2031. That's the danger of this test. It feels familiar, so you think it's real. But it's not truth. It's emotional memory, trying to see if you've truly evolved, or if you're still stuck in self-punishment. You've always been hard on yourself, Virgo. Too hard. You set impossible standards, and when you don't meet them, you collapse inward, thinking it's your fault. But guilt is not growth, it's a cage. Warning, this test will trick you into believing you need to fix everything. Apologize more, work harder, redeem yourself endlessly. But that's a lie, because you were never meant to carry all this pain. Some of it was projected onto you, some of it was inherited, and some of it was already forgiven, just not by you. So when the test appears, when your past rises like a ghost in your mind, you need a soul key, a phrase that cuts through the illusion. Say it out loud. I release what was never mine to carry. Say it again. I forgive the version of me who didn't know better. And then walk forward, not backward. Don't chase closure. Don't reopen old wounds just to feel something. Let silence be your strength. Let grace be your answer. Because this test is really asking, can you finally love yourself without conditions? If you pass it, you unlock clarity. A new sense of calm will wash over you. You'll sleep better, think clearer, attract higher vibrational people and situations, because guilt repels joy, but forgiveness is magnetic. But if you fail it, you'll carry that same emotional weight for the next 6 years. You'll keep attracting the same kind of people, repeating the same lessons, wondering why you feel stuck. So Virgo, pass this test not by doing more, but by letting go. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to punish yourself to grow. You're not here to be a prisoner of your past. You're here to be free. And the door? It opens the moment you forgive the person in the mirror. Let's move to karma test number 2. And this one? It shows up wearing someone else's face. Virgo, karmic test number 2 is personal. It doesn't come through a message from the universe. It comes through someone's face. Someone will appear. Maybe an ex. Maybe a friend you thought was long gone. Maybe a new connection that feels strangely familiar. But whoever it is, they'll hit you right in your emotional core. You'll feel triggered without warning, judged even when they smile, maybe betrayed before anything even happens. But pause, take a breath. This test isn't really about them. It's about you and the energy you allow in your space. You see, Virgo, relationships are mirrors. They reflect your wounds, your growth, and your limits. This person, whoever shows up, isn't random. They're carrying the energy of every lesson you almost learned, but maybe didn't. And the moment they enter, your mind will start racing. Should I give them another chance? Maybe I was too cold before. They've changed, right? But that's not intuition talking. That's your old pattern of people-pleasing trying to stay alive. Here's what's sneaky about this test. It looks like a second chance. but it's actually a repeat loop in disguise. You'll feel pulled to give too much, say yes when you mean no, ignore your inner discomfort to keep peace. But Virgo, that peace, it's temporary, and the price is your self-respect. Because every time you go back to what broke you, you delay your becoming. The danger here? If you choose comfort over growth, you get stuck, not just emotionally, but spiritually, energetically, and karmically. You'll stay in a relationship dynamic that blocks your creativity, drains your energy, and clouds your purpose. It might look fine on the surface, but deep down, you'll feel like you're shrinking again. Soul key. When this test appears, and it will, say, I honor the mirror, but I choose the higher road. Because yes, people can change, but your standards should evolve too. You're not who you were when that old dynamic was created. So why would you go back and play a role you've outgrown? Virgo, you don't owe your past a future. Not in love, not in friendship, not in loyalty. You owe yourself truth. You owe your soul protection. You owe your future self better. This karmic test is a turning point. Pass it, and you step into relationships that reflect your higher self. Aligned, supportive, safe, and soul deep. But fail it, and you'll relive the same drama in a different costume, different face, same pain. You already learned this lesson. This time, don't explain it, embody it, because the universe isn't checking your words, it's watching your boundaries. Let's move to karma test number 3, the one that challenges your destiny. Virgo, karma test number 3 isn't loud. It won't come with flashing signs or a perfect plan. It comes as a feeling, a quiet nudge towards something that scares you, because it's bigger than anything you've ever done. This is the leap of purpose, and it's the most important karmic test of all. Suddenly, an opportunity will appear, a career shift that calls to your soul, a relocation that defies logic, a truth you've avoided because it would change everything. And when it does, your first instinct will be, it's too much, too soon, I'm not ready. But that's exactly how purpose feels. Not safe, not logical, not perfect timing. Because your destiny doesn't wait for your comfort zone, it demands your courage. This is your exit ramp from the old timeline, from the version of life where you've played small, stayed safe, and doubted your own light. But here's the trap. If you delay, if you doubt, if you say, maybe later, the universe closes the door. And the next time it opens? 2031. That's 6 years of feeling misaligned, watching others live your dream, wondering what could have been if you just left. This test doesn't look like a test, it looks like a big decision. But at the soul level, it's a karmic checkpoint. Will you let fear talk you out of alignment? Or will you choose the path that excites you, even if it terrifies you? Soul key. When that door shows up, repeat this out loud. Even if I'm afraid, I leap anyway. Because hesitation is the enemy of destiny. And your soul didn't come here to play small. You've dreamed of a bigger life. You've felt called to something deeper. And now that it's within reach, don't sabotage it by trying to overthink it into safety. You are being asked to trust. Not because it makes sense, but because it's divinely timed. The universe doesn't test you to punish you, it tests you to prove you're ready. This final karmic test isn't about perfection, it's about obedience to your inner knowing. Pass it, and you quantum leap into a new timeline. More aligned, more abundant, more authentic. But fail it, and you'll feel that restless ache, the one where your soul knows you missed the moment. So Virgo, when the door opens, run through it. Don't ask for permission. Don't ask for signs you've already received. Don't wait for proof. Because your purpose, it won't knock twice. It waits for no one. It only follows those bold enough to trust it. And now, Let's talk about what happens when you pass these tests, and what happens if you don't. Virgo, this is the moment where everything converges. The universe doesn't just test for fun, it's measuring whether you're ready to evolve or willing to repeat. So let's get real. If you pass these 3 karmic tests, you unlock a version of life that's been trying to reach you for years. Here's what's waiting on the other side. Quantum financial upgrades, not just money, but abundance aligned with your purpose. Opportunities show up that feel effortless. Clients, offers, ideas, they'll magnetize to you. A soulmate-level relationship. Whether it's romantic or spiritual, this connection mirrors your healed self. No more chasing, no more fixing, just flow, trust, and truth. Physical healing and mental clarity. Your body begins to release what your spirit no longer carries. Pain that's lingered lifts. Brain fog clears. Vitality returns. Activation of your divine mission. You'll know what you're here to do. The confusion fades and purpose floods in like a wave you can't ignore. Peace that feels like prophecy, not just quiet, but certainty. Like your soul has finally caught up to your life. That's the reward. But Virgo, if you fail these tests, you won't crash, you won't collapse. What happens is far more dangerous. You get stuck, emotionally muted, spiritually frozen, living on autopilot, with a soul that's screaming for change. You'll feel it every morning when you wake up. That subtle ache, that inner whisper. This isn't it. And it won't go away, because the timeline doesn't reset again until 2031. 6 more years of delayed dreams, misaligned relationships, drained energy, and repeating lessons that you know you've outgrown. So, Virgo, this isn't just a moment, it's a fork in the road. Will you choose the timeline that's finally designed for you? Or will you stay in the one that's no longer aligned with who you've become? You already know the answer. And the universe? It's listening, it's watching, it's waiting for you to choose. Virgo, knowledge is power, but ritual is action. And now that you've seen the 3 karmic tests ahead, it's time to anchor your reset with intention. These aren't just spiritual practices, they're timeline activators designed to realign your body, mind, and soul with your highest frequency. Let's begin. Midnight Mirror Ritual. On the night of July 20th or 21st, go to a mirror when the world is silent. No lights, just you, your breath, and your reflection. Stare deep into your own eyes and say, I forgive, I release, I rise. Let the words vibrate through your chest. This moment isn't about vanity, it's about visibility. See the version of yourself you've been hiding and welcome them back home. Candle activation. Light a white candle, a symbol of rebirth and purity. Drop in 3 drops of lavender oil for spiritual clarity. As the flame flickers, speak out loud your intentions, your next level life, your soul's mission. Say what you want like it already exists, because the universe responds to certainty, not begging. 3-day silence challenge. Starting the morning of July 20th, commit to 3 full days without gossip, complaining, judging negative, or self-defeating words. Your voice is undergoing a spiritual reset. Everything you say casts a spell. Choose your words like they build worlds, because they do. This silence isn't avoidance, it's alignment. Bonus soul activation. Take a notebook, write down this affirmation, slowly, with intention. I am no longer who I was, I remember who I am. Repeat it daily, whisper it when doubt creeps in, speak it before decisions, etch it into your energy, because you're not just passing tests, you're building a new identity, one choice, one word, one ritual at a time. Virgo, these aren't just rituals, they are keys, and you are the lock. Let's step into the final truth. the soul call you cannot ignore. Virgo, this isn't just a video, it's a cosmic contract between you and your higher self. If something inside you stirred, a memory, a chill, a quiet voice saying, "This is for me," then trust it. This is your confirmation. You are standing at the edge of a new soul chapter. The universe has cleared the path, but only you can say yes. You must choose peace over punishment, courage over comfort, love over fear, because the karmic tests are real, but so is your power. This is not about perfection, it's about presence, choosing, showing up, and trusting the leap. And if you're ready, comment below right now. I reset my soul. I passed the test. I claim my destiny, declare it. Because words are spells, and your voice is the code that unlocks your new timeline. If you pass these 3 karmic tests, your soul's highest path will unfold, love that honors your worth, abundance that flows with ease, purpose that feels like prophecy. But if you don't, that door closes, and it won't open again until 2031. You've waited long enough. You've carried too much. You've earned this reset. So Virgo, choose now, not with fear, but with fire in your spirit. Your timeline is waiting. Walk through the gate and rise.